This episode of Gonzalez Galyean is brought to you by Golden Designs, Sublimation Designs by Jessica Gonzalez.
You can contact her at 903-850-0594 or email goldendesigns2023@gmail.com, or you can find her on Facebook at Golden Designs.
We are back.
Yes, we are, Steve Galyean.
Steve.
Dude, you're an adult now. We gotta call you our Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, because... Rude! But, like, what's the adult, version or adult name for Ryan, though,
Brian. You'll become Brian eventually.
I don't know if I like that, man. I always, there's a time I really didn't like my name, because I just felt like it was so kiddish, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm never going to be able to grow up.
Really?
Because I had to live by my name being Ryan.
I feel like the name Ryan, I don't know, has to do with someone like young-minded. Like skateboarders and stuff. I feel like I associate it with sports. I don't know why.
I mean, that's good, but at this point, I'm married. I'm getting fatter by the day, by the pounds, and I just don't meet that criteria anymore. So
start going by Adam then.
Yeah, see, I always thought about doing that, but I just feel weird if I did that. Also, I'd be so sad. Like, if I changed my name to an adult name legally or whatever, I would feel like I would have. What is it when you are sad for somebody else? Is it empathy?
Sympathy.
Oh, sympathy.
It might be empathy.
It's like when you feel for someone else, right? It's when you actually relate to that
empathetic
pain. But sympathy is when you feel bad for someone. I would feel bad for my mom. I feel like it'd make her really sad if I just change my mother-given name, So
maybe.
I don't know. So I'm never gonna change my name, But I wish there was a more respectful, just maybe seem a little bit more adult-like with a better name, yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, my nibblings.
Yes.
Vocabulary word you have to look up in our podcast. We should have vocabulary words we have in our podcast. It's always listed. Anyways, they call me Archie. It was originally supposed to be RG because that's what everybody kind of calls me. And so it turned into Archie. And so now I'm just man, I'm definitely I know I'm gonna go bald eventually. So I'm just gonna be like that bald Uncle Archie.
Uncle Archie.
Yeah. So I'm not quite ready for that moment yet, but it's gonna happen. I'm getting fatter by the day and losing hair by the week.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like Steven's a young name either. I feel like it's different. I think it's more sophisticated, other than young.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You can go by Steve later,
Yeah, Steve sounds like a creep though. I don't know.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
But your hair would have to be short.
But come over.
Yeah, well, that or almost like a military style.
Yeah.
And then like a weird mustache. Oh, that's Steve.
I don't want to be known as Uncle Steve, that just sounds creepy.
Yeah, and they wouldn't even call you Galyean. They'd be like, Uncle Steve Gal.
Steve Gal.
Like Steve
hate that
Corral.
Too.
So,
we'll just stick with Steven.
Parents, be careful.
Huh? I was gonna say there's a lot of sophisticated Stevens out there, like Stephen Hawking and Steven Spielberg. He's one of the most, well-known directors. So those might both be PH though, but I don't really.
What about Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey? I don't know what his real name is. It might be Steven.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, no, parents, just be careful what you name your kids. Think about it. Because, they might not have an adult version of their name, and they might live with that for the rest of their life. Also, parents, just do better at naming your kids, because nowadays, y'all just be naming some whack names,
Yeah. Just looking at an inanimate object and just name your kid that.
I literally think that's what they do.
Yeah, sometimes. Or they just find a verb or something.
Yeah.
Just something random.
What would be a good verb?
Or some people be naming their kids after occupations. Not doctor. I know I can think of one right. I mean, I can't think of one right now, but I know people do it.
Hey, survey, come here.
Survey. I don't know. I can think of one right now, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to call someone out. It's not like they're gonna listen to it, but you know.
I cannot think of who you're thinking of.
Oh well.
How well do I know this person?
I mean, you'd probably know them better than I do.
Really?
Yeah. I guarantee you there's some more that I'm thinking of, and I can't think of them right now.
You're thinking of Ezekiel?
No.
That's when he was Elijah? You thinking of Elijah? Because I was like, he was like a prophet. That was like an occupation.
That's a person that had an occupation.
All right.
All names.
Who you?
That's a occupation.
That is an occupation. I don't know. I feel bad. I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, you don't know who that is?
No. How would I know them better?
I don't know. I just feel like you know them better.
Am I related to them?
No. I don't know. Just because you're in the loop more, like in the community more. I feel like your family is so.
Well, I appreciate that. You know. Yeah, we're like, dude, we're famous all the times.
Yeah.
I feel like, man, compared to last week, there's so much dead air already.
I know.
Jay's just a good filler, man.
Yeah,
he's
he
a good
is.
filler.
I mean, he's been listening to podcasts for a long time. He knows the vibe.
Yeah. We don't even know our own vibe, man.
Nope.
Except for roasting people. Well, we don't roast people, but we do, and I feel like I have to roast my sister.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to roast some. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to roast my sister.
Okay.
I could, but, you know, I don't feel like... I don't really feel like bringing that upon her.
Yeah, okay.
I went to Easter because Easter was yesterday. We forgot to address that.
Yeah, we did.
Because we are terrible at our jobs. Anyways, Easter was yesterday. Emily and her boyfriend showed up. And so he's Hispanic, right?
Right.
I'm not going to mention who said this. It wasn't immediate family. But there was... I don't think they're going to listen to this. I don't really care. But... I don't know. It depends on who you are and how you would see it if it was racist or not.
Mm.
But they were like, "Oh, what's her boyfriend's name? Is it like man, it wasn't. They didn't say Pedro. I don't remember what they said, but definitely a stereotypical name."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? Well, yeah, isn't it this?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "It's Axel." I'm like, okay. I don't know, but you know, some people be kind of whack sometimes.
Were they white? The person that asked you? Well, yeah, probably so because you're.
Yeah. They're all my family's white on that side.
That's it. It is.
It's white people, man.
Dude. White people.
I know. That's why I'm in the show because I'm like not fully white. You know, I try to like.
Yeah, you're
keep it versatile.
Diverse. Yeah,
man. So, you know, you just gotta be careful how you say things. You know. Yeah. I'm not going to mention anything that Jay said last week.
Nah.
Heck nah. You just got to understand Jay's personality. It's just how he is. It's he doesn't mean anything by it.
No, he's just being funny.
Yeah.
It's just comedy.
But me and Steven, we're politically correct and we're just
all the way.
You know, we're just correct all the time, 24/7.
Yeah, we're politically correct. We're biblically correct.
Yes. We are narcotically correct.
Narcotically correct.
And entertainment.
Comedically correct.
Comedically?
Yeah, comedy.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, we're like, we don't live false lives. You know, I'm just over here wearing glasses that aren't prescription. Just because.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just put them on, and I forgot to take them off. But they are blue light, okay? So, one thing, that was... Yeah, it's about the same. I'm going to take them off because, you know, it's for somebody somewhere, it's be real time. And, you know, I got to stay real all the time.
Be real time.
24/7. That's me. That's my life. So, but anyways, dude, do we have anything special going on for this podcast today?
Anything special? I don't think so. I just imagine that some of our segments will be dedicated to certain things instead of more just like talking about whatever. I don't know how to explain that without just
more
saying
dedicated.
Yeah, like when the music section, I imagine we'll just discuss
like
NF's
one.
album.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And when it comes to entertainment, I assume we're just going to discuss the Mario movie.
I have a show I'm watching that I can mention.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Okay, we're gonna mention those fast, and then we'll really just dive into the deep section.
We'll do that deep dive on Mario.
That deep dive. So, without further ado, let's move on to the very, very, very first section. Local news. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, I'm your anchor, Steve Gal, and this is...
This is Brian.
And we're going to be your news anchors today. All old and whatnot.
Yeah.
We'll do this one like we old.
Today was a nice Sunday. I don't know why I have an accent. It wasn't... I can't. I'm not the impersonator here. And like I said, I'm trying to be real, you know. So, no, so I do have some local news, man. I got off work and it's heading home. And, of course, stereotypical as is, there is a wreck at Kelly's Corner because that's what we're known for.
Yeah, Kelly's Corner sucks.
Yes.
Not the gas station. I spend money there.
No, the gas is rather pricey. But that's where I get gas almost every time. It's just convenient,
it's just,
you know?
The light there sucks. The intersection.
Yes. So, for context, there's a road called 779, and then there's a road crossing it called 69. Stay mature, people. So 69 is just straight on traffic, man, and you have a yellow blinking light. For those that don't know, first, you shouldn't be driving. Second, yellow blinking light means you are good to go, but you must yield.
And slow your butt down.
So if you're going straight, you just go straight. If you're taking a left, then you're going to have to yield to the oncoming traffic from 69. Correcto?
Correcto.
All right. Now, this is where it gets tricky, so stay with me. Follow. Listen.
Over here, please.
Yeah. 779 is going across it, right? Anyways, you have a red blinking light. Not green, not yellow, but red. Which means you got to make a stop, a complete stop. Matter of fact, there's a stop sign right there, a whole octagon. That's red with the letters that says stop. Flashing and says cross traffic does not stop. Keep in mind. So that means you pull up either from the Golden side or the Quitman side. And when you get to that stop sign, you do as is and stop. You look left, you look right, and sometimes you gotta look straight because some people are turning, and it gets really confusing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would say if someone's turning, I can see where it might get a little confusing.
Yeah, pretty much just if you stop there first, or if it's clear for you and not for them, you probably can go. Anyways, so you gotta stop and make sure you're clear. Just like when you're a kid before you cross the road, you ain't trying to get run over. Yeah. So, anyways,
double check.
Do what? Yeah.
You got to double check.
For the motorcycles, you never know. Anyways, a lot of people, I don't know what happens. They think that yellow blinking light is there's multiple things that happen. Some people think the red blinking light means they can go. I don't know. So they go. And they don't read the stop sign. I don't know. Some people on 69 think that the yellow blinking light means they have to stop. And here recently, this happened to me so many times. I get to the turning lane, I'm about to turn, but I'm yielding because I respect the law. Mm-hmm. And, dude, the person will get there, and they'll stop. I'm like, oh, okay. You go ahead and go. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go because there's people behind you who know how this works, and they're just going to pass you or hit you. You're going to cause a wreck. That's one way people always have a wreck. Two, I guess three. They just don't stop at the stop sign, and honestly, I don't even know how that happens, but that's like one of the most common ways. Is they're coming from 779.
Yep.
And this is where our story begins.
Okay.
So I'm heading home from work from Quitman, and I see some lights, what's it? Emergency lights. Sorry. Anyways, and I'm like, dang, there's a wreck. And, if there's a wreck anywhere close to your hometown, you're going to be kind of freaking out just a little bit because you're like, I know everybody. Like we already discussed, we know everybody because it's a small town. So you're kind of like freaking out, dude, I might know this person. I don't know. Anyways, I get there and I have to go around through Kelly's Corner, their parking lot because there's a wreck. And I see a truck. I'm like, dude, I think I know who that is. So I backed up, and sure enough, I did. He's a guy from Golden as well, or lives in Golden now. Anyways, me and Steven both know him, so I stopped and talked to him and asked what happened, made sure he was okay. He said he was, but I saw him like kind of grabbing his side a lot, so I think he's sore or something. But anyways, story is that he was on 779 on the equipment side. He came up to the stop sign. He's a local. He know how to drive, and he stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So he good. He's a good citizen. Then we got a girl coming from Mineola going to Alba, going around 60 to 70 miles per hour, roughly the age of 16, 17, he says. And then an older man, 70s to 80s, coming from Golden, and didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even stop at the stop sign. They said he just kind of rolled right through it. And Jake saw it all happen. He's like, oh, man. And he just like, there's nothing he could do. And the girl hit him, because I'm sure she tried to slow down. She hit him, and he tried to honk. But you're at his point, you're helpless. There's nothing you can do. You can't really just back up because it's all happening, like that.
Yeah.
So anyways, she hits that truck, the 80-year-old man.
And he hits Jake.
And because of that, it turns, and she ends up hitting Jake barely, too.
She hit Jake.
Yeah. So, his truck honestly wasn't even damaged that much at all. You could barely tell. He has a nice truck. The other truck, it was kind of beat up. If he had a passenger, it probably would have been pretty bad for the passenger. Apparently, the guy was he's okay, just kind of sore in his neck. The girl, he thinks she probably broke her wrist, both of them, just from holding on the steering wheel. But they said she was like freaking out. She was like screaming. She couldn't open the door. He thought it was going to be like really bad, but I think she was the only one in the car. I don't know who the girl was because I didn't see her, but I think they already took her in an ambulance. But like as far as everything goes, everyone seemed stable and everything.
Yeah.
So nothing terrible, but you never know. And I'm sure later tonight I'm going to find out that I did know who that girl was or who the older man was. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I would assume if it was an old man, and if he was from around here, he wouldn't have done that. I feel like it had to be someone that was from not around.
I didn't recognize the truck. It was a pretty nice truck. Yeah, you wouldn't think he would. That or he must have like stopped, but then like kind of rolled it and just thought it was clear and just kind of went and didn't really think it through. I don't know. So yeah. I had to cross that intersection every day for work, and I hate doing it. Hate it.
Yeah, I assume some people just like from Quitman and Mineola side, when they see the red lights, they just assume that it's a four-way stop. They don't look to see that the other ones are yellow. That's what I think a lot causes. Yeah,
you're right. That's the third. That's what it is.
They just don't look to see that the other ones are yellow.
Mm-hmm. They make a complete stop. Oh, this guy's about to stop. I'm gonna go.
Nope. So no, he don't stop.
And here's what I do. I'm a very, very cautious driver. What's it called? Non-protective driver. They teach you this, like an aware driver. What is it called?
I don't know.
Defensive driver.
Defensive. Okay.
Yeah. So when I come up to any four-way, most of the time it's in like Mineola. Everybody's already going 20 miles per hour. And but what I do is I get to a stop sign and I see another car coming. I don't even start going until I know that they're slowing down. Like I know that they acknowledge that it's a stop sign or that I'm there, because dude, you never know. People they don't notice. That's another thing. Like driving around in Golden, I notice everywhere. When you are driving down the road and you see someone leaving their driveway, assume they're not stopping because they ain't. They will not stop.
Yeah, I know.
Every single person.
Same.
So, and I was telling Jesse that. I'm like, yeah, you just gotta like make sure. And Jesse's like, yeah, I don't stop when I leave your parents. I'm like, that's the worst place not to look. We're like on a hill.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I always be like.
Yeah, I ease out there and I'm looking a lot. Yeah, I'm like, Jesse, you're gonna have a wreck. I'm sure she looks, so she just doesn't like really. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's dangerous, man. It's a dangerous intersection, and they said they're gonna build an overpass, but that was like in 2018, and they've been kind of doing it, but they're not. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't really know what, because I feel like at first they were like having the people that lived there like sell their houses and move off.
Yeah, they did.
But then like people live there again now.
Yeah, they got a duplex and everything else there.
Yeah, so I'm like, what happened to the clearing the land?
Well, I know that like for the duplex and all that, they were built knowing that it was still going to be built. So that's why the duplexes are kind of far. They're not like right at the road.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
But the people we got our land from, I don't know what all happened, but we got it for a good, decent price because of that.
Ralph's parents' old house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
well,
they wanted her to move.
That was pretty crazy. Like, she's pretty close to the road, but, like, that has to be a long bridge.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty far from the intersection.
Yeah, they are.
So.
Like right across like the road from her is where Miss Mary used to live. That I used to work with at Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
And she moved because of all that, but now there's like 2 houses over there. There's like one and there's like one behind them in there. And I'm just like, what happened? Like
those houses been there, I think.
But were they both there the whole time?
Yeah. I guess I knew that because that's her family that lives all there. I know who they are.
I'm just like, what happened? Why are people living there now when they weren't?
We ought to
sell out.
Start a riot, dude. So, anyways, do you have any local news?
Who in here trying to start it? Remember that song, Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Riot. Tadashi has a riot song too.
Yeah, he does.
Local news other than Easter.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, how was your Easter?
Bro, I can't complain, so...
Amen.
Thought I heard some.
Oh, no.
Anyways.
Your phone's ringing.
Oh, look. Spam. Political. I ain't into politics,
No, thank
man.
you. I'm not going to run.
Dude, I had a check mark call me today. Like a verified caller? Verizon.
I've never seen a verified caller before.
Do you have Verizon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do that, I think. Anyways, I did that and it's still like a spam. I was like, please. Hey, look, it's popping up.
Maybe it's like Twitter. They just paid to get the verification. I think you can do that on Instagram now, too. I'm like, dude, what the heck?
But,
what's the point of all this?
Yeah, I saw that. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, what I did for Easter. Went to my grandparents. Easter egg hunt for the kids. And there's a lot of kids here these days. And, so it was good. It was fun. We got a good old meal. And then we're about to leave. And Jacob's like, all right, Nick, Adrian, let's go mow the yards. They're going to go mow. They're like, right, you can come too. You can weed eat. I ain't live there right now. I ain't got a house for y'all to mow. I guess I might. And then they left, and man, guilt started really getting a hold of me. The Lord started getting a hold of my heart, pulling on my heartstrings.
Saying that you ought to go mow?
Yeah, I ought to go help him. I was like, I didn't got nothing else to do. And Jesse was gonna look at Reagan's gardens. I'm like, all right, we can just go over there. You can look at the garden, and I'll help weed eat. And I told him like, oh, okay. So then let me mow, which I'd rather not, because I don't like using other people's mowers. I don't like going to mess it up. And I was using Nick's mower. And so I mowed. He let me mow. So me, Jacob, and Adrian all mowed while Nick weeded it. And we did Jacob's yard, and then we moved on to Nick's yard, and then Adrian's yard. It's just, us 4 brothers just out there mowing the yards.
Did they always do that? Like, do it together?
I don't think so.
I just seems like a weird thing. All right, let's go mow the yard.
Yeah. No, they don't, but I guess, Easter.
Yeah.
It's a special occasion.
Yeah.
But apparently it takes Jacob a long time because his yard is pretty big. Yeah. I didn't realize how big it really is. But he, he mows all the way up by the road, too. So
yeah.
It took us probably like an hour and a half to do all of those. So, teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yeah.
So I got almost done. I was mowing Nick's part. And then it died on me because his mower is like a smart mower or some crap. Anyways, it's
like a Tesla.
Yeah, man, it's like a Tesla.
It's like a Tesla lawnmower.
I didn't like it though because the handles were kept on hitting each other when I was trying to turn, messing me up. You mowed on it before, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I don't remember though.
But anyways, then I used his weed eater because he mowed for the rest, and then I went and poisoned some of the stuff. So. But yeah, that's and then bro, we had Lord's Supper. Amen.
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 It was good, and then we played some pickleball.
Yeah.
Amen.
Which I won twice.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
But he had a jacket on.
I had a jacket on that was kind of tight, so my arms couldn't move. I was wearing.
Because Steven swole.
That's right. My jacket's kind of small. I had blue jeans on. I had no shorts. And then I had on these Vans, which I'm not super comfortable in Vans. I don't wear them around all the time like some people do. So I'm just saying, if I had some tennis shoes and some shorts, and I had a pigtail, so my hair wasn't in my face all the time, bro.
I offered him one, but
yeah, but then you forgot about it.
That ain't my fault. You're the one with the hair bouncing it, bro. You ought to remember every time you get slapped.
I'm just saying, if I had the full armor of Steven on, you wouldn't have. You probably wouldn't have beat me as bad.
Okay. I feel like I was playing. I feel like that's the best I ever played. Honestly, I feel like I was able to get a good swing, like a fast swing on you, and because I've been trying to do it for a while and I could not do it every time I hit the net, so it ended up working out. And then I got lucky with a lot of them. I hit them really really hard, and one they're gonna be out, and you hit them, or they were barely in, and you missed them because that's like I was telling you last night. That's like the hardest hit to hit.
Yep, I agree.
So, but yeah, what about you, man? Easter?
Yeah. Well, I started out going to church. You skipped over that, didn't you?
Oh my gosh!
Easter Sunday
started off at
morning.
church, bro.
Hey, heard of the Easter sermon. Then we went over to Lyle's for lunch, and then when we hid the eggs, but there was like not many kids there yesterday.
Really?
It was like Preston and Jessica's youngest, Bo, and like I thought there was some other kids I didn't know. It was like in total, like, I would guess like maybe 10 kids.
Wow.
It's crazy. It was like an all-time. I've never seen.
Dude,
like,
I think we had more than that.
I don't know. That was like the least amount of people I've ever seen at their Easter.
Huh.
I don't like Craig and Jill weren't there.
Really?
Jay and Caitlin weren't there. Jared and Kristen weren't there.
Dang.
None of y'all were there. There's a lot of y'all too.
Yeah.
So
well, I guess there's really only 3 kids though.
Mm-hmm. Miss Yolanda wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. There's just like not a whole lot of people, honestly. But it was still good. It's like a mower going on outside. An airplane.
It's an airplane.
Bro, we have like super hearing with these things.
Do we do? Anytime I hear an airplane, dude, like really close and stuff, I always think of Red Dawn. You know,
And Chris Hemsworth and Josh Peck.
Yeah, and like they get bombed and whatnot. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
And
So
after I left the Lyles, I went over to my parents, and me and my brothers started the next Star Wars cartoon. Because apparently it's gonna get important. There's some like stuff happening in the next Star Wars show. Cole's like, y'all need to watch this cartoon to understand everything. So we're like, bet.
They always get you. They always get you like that. Yeah.
Yep. Then I went to church and
Yeah.
played some pickleball.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Yeah. I lost.
Oh, okay.
Twice.
All right.
But I wasn't wearing everything. I was
Okay.
Disclosure.
Disclosure. Noise. What's okay, on 2. Right?
On 2.
This is the part
This
where
segment has become really dead.
yeah, this is the part where we think about our week and realize that our work is not as interesting as we thought it was.
It lasted for a while. This segment did.
My thing is, like I always said, my stories are like decent, but they're just so short. And then I have good work stories that I forget about. So
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a pretty good one, but I kind of said it last week about the kid that got kicked out of our store. So I mean, that's kind of the last like exciting thing. We got a new Coke box for our Cokes and eggs and stuff today.
Like a new little freezer thing, fridge.
A new fridge, yeah. That's
Nice.
a work update at least.
There you
storage.
go. You heard it here, man. You need some Coke,
Yeah. And
not the drugs.
I mean, there's
Go
like
to
a
the
lot
feed
of there's a lot of work stuff going on. I'm just not allowed to talk about yet.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's kind of held me back from a lot of my stories. Honestly, it's like, I'm not allowed to talk about this. So
If you want some Coke, go down to the local Feed and Weed.
feed and weed, yeah. There we go.
Yeah,
That's what
the strong Feed and Weed.
strong weed and yeah, feed and weed, weed and feed.
Probably Weed and Feed.
Weed and feed is actually like a product though.
Yeah.
It's supposed to feed your grass and
It's all
kill your
wordplay.
weeds.
You think you're there for good stuff for your yard, but you're there for good stuff for. That's not good for you. So,
Yeah, that's just not good for you. It's not good for your lungs. It's not good for your mentality.
No bueno, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna go on to this week. So okay, what stories?
Entertainment. All right, so we're gonna get our little video shows that we've started out
Yeah.
the way.
Knock them out.
What you got?
I've been watching a show called Narcos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's about drugs.
Yeah, I know.
You know what it's about?
Oh yeah, drugs and Hispanics.
Colombians.
Well, Colombians.
Hispanics or
They're
Colombians.
Hispanic.
But, it's about.
Is it in English though? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You have to watch it with subtitles.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's English in it. Like the main dude is American, and he narrates. He kind of sounds like Rick Flag from Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's all Spanish, which I really enjoy. I'm hoping I'm learning something.
Yeah, probably will.
Yeah, and then but it's about Pablo Escobar. So
How do you say drugs in Spanish?
Narcos.
That's right. I was trying to think of something else. Okay.
What did it say? Is it on New Girl? Like, to ask a question and he answers. No, it's not New Girl. It's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like, that was the easy question. That's on me. It's like, that's my fault or something. It's like a meme about it.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal's in that. Eventually, I
Yeah,
guess.
no, he's in it from the first episode.
Is he?
He's good. He's good.
He's
and
good.
he does
like
Spanish
an actor,
and...
Is he a good guy?
Huh?
He's good as like an actor. He's
both,
a good guy.
Both.
Oh, okay.
So, he speaks in Spanish and English, so...
I'm trying to think of who else. Like, I know like 2 or 3 actors in that show.
Oh, the guy... He's kind of a comedian, but he hadn't been really like funny in the last few things to watch him in. He's in Wednesday.
Oh, yeah?
He's
yeah, the dad?
the dad, what's his name?
Louis Goodman? Louis Goodman.
I don't know. He's in it.
Guzman? Louis Guzman or something?
But he's good. I mean, he's kind of here and there. He's kind of like a filler character almost. But he's good. And I feel like there's somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of nudity in it. I wouldn't really expecting it. It said it. I'm like, okay, it might be. But there's quite a bit.
Is it an original, though? Is it a Netflix original?
I think so. Yeah.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Back when Netflix was like, they're kind of getting away from that. They used to like everything Netflix was like nudity, F-bombs, and all that. Like, they were just like dark just to be dark.
They want to be cool. But other than that, honestly, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's good.
It's always weird because, like we always say, we don't do drugs, but I like drug movies.
Yeah, well, stuff like affiliated with drugs is like, because there's like, you have like your mafia type movies.
Yeah, I love mafia.
Like, I don't know. Like that type of stuff, like drug smuggling. That makes them more like crime shows or something, rather than like drug shows.
Yeah.
And there's like drug shows. Like, like Workaholics.
That's about drugs?
Sometimes.
Every time.
Or, I don't know. But to me, like, sometimes they're not funny, though, drugs. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes there's, like, the stoner guy, like, in the movie, sometimes they're, like, the annoying character.
Yeah.
Like, there's just one of them.
Well, see, I guess, like, I like serious drug movies.
Yeah.
Funny ones are okay, but, like, I enjoy the seriousness of it. Because normally, like, those movies are just, like, really good movies.
Yeah.
Really well-made movies, so. Or shows.
Not Breaking Bad.
Dude, so good. I think I have a problem. I think I'm addicted to narcotics.
Yeah, the other day, Bradley, he was saying something about, he was listening to our podcast. He's like, do y'all still talk about Highway High all the time? I was like, actually, I feel like we don't. But
we need to.
We need to.
We need to bring it back up for the world, for the community.
Yeah, we should just go back to the episode where we stopped talking about it and just, like, go back and just start talking about it. Something else we didn't do. Yeah.
Man, we need to get back to our roots, man.
Yeah, we need to get back to our
roots. Back when the show was popping.
Yeah. Before people ditched us.
Yeah.
Jared. Didn't even know we were back.
Telling Steven he gotta step up his...
Yeah. Telling us we gotta step up our social media game. Like, we ain't stay on social media.
Dude, I can't even talk right now. My words are, like, messing up. It's not good.
Oh, no.
I'm supposed to get a CT scan tomorrow.
I don't know what that means. Like a CAT scan?
Yeah. They're probably
CAT? Or just CT?
It's actually I'm pretty sure it's actually a CT scan, but they call it a CAT
scan.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a CAT scan is.
Same with a PT scan. It's a PET scan.
Oh. I don't even know what a CAT scan is. I just always think of Madagascar. Because Melman. Is that his name? Melman? Melvin? What is it?
Melman?
Is it Melman? He says
Melvin.
about my CAT scan. I gotta get another CAT scan tomorrow. I don't know. Because he found another dot on him.
Like, CAT scans are like... It's almost like an x-ray, I guess. But it's like... I don't know. They give you this juice. And it's called...
The ooze.
The ooze.
It's like Ant-Man.
Yeah, that or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
New trailer. But it's like... It's called contrast, I think. So what they do... Or not... I don't know what it is. It's called some type of juice. Anyways... They give you that, you drink it, and then it gets into your body, and then through an IV, they give you something called contrast, and just, like, heightens all that and all your organs. I don't know, to show if there's anything bad. And then the PET scan is like more deeper into it, I guess. Like more. It's like watching something in 720 and it's watching something in 4K.
Yeah, 720 sucks.
Yeah, but you know, you still get the picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you really want to get down to the details and seeing what's really there, you need the PT scan, that 4K. That's a good analogy. I feel
That's
like
why I mess with DVDs.
I ain't a doctor, and I'm probably wrong, but
aren't they 720?
probably.
Yeah, Blu-rays are 1080, I think, and then 4K or whatever. I don't know what 4K is other than just 4K.
It's just 4K.
It's just 4K.
But yeah. Anyways, what are you watching?
I've started a new show called Shrinking. Heard of it?
Is it like about having a shrink?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a psychologist knows what a shrink
He's like a
is?
therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the guy who plays Vector in Despicable Me, Jason Segel.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Okay.
And actually, I think that's the only people in it.
It's a show?
Yeah, on Apple. They're both therapists. I think Harrison Ford like owns the place, and then he's a therapist, but he lost his wife, so he's like super like just out of it, and he like he messed up his relationship with his daughter through all the mourning of his wife, but
Doesn't sound like a good therapist.
no, that's kind of the thing. It's like he was a therapist, but he kind of needed one. But like I think like at the end of the episode, he kind of switches back on to being a therapist, and he like takes it like a little too far sometimes. Instead of just like staying in his room and like listening to people, like he'll be like, there's one guy who like had anger issues. He's all right, come on, let's go. And so where are we going? He takes him to like a boxing place. He's like, this is where you're gonna like let your anger out. Like he like instead of just talking to him, he like takes him out and helps him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think they're legally allowed to do that.
Probably not, but
I don't know. Harrison Ford's he's like the
you're not legally allowed to talk about like your patient's
you're not supposed to do
reasons
that,
or even having that certain patient. I think.
yeah, Harrison Ford's the standout. Man, he's getting old though, dude. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh well. I really like it so far.
Yeah.
Like I think I've watched like 3 episodes today. Like I don't know, when I'm watching it, I can't take my eyes off of it. Like it's good. It's emotional. It's funny. And, like I don't know. It's just it feels good.
It's like my show Narcos. I can't take my eyes off it because I have to be reading the whole time.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it's like the same creators of Ted Lasso are behind this.
Huh.
So it's like it has the
Kind
same
of a comedy.
feel. Yeah, it's like a comedy, but it's also like a drama. They're just
Yeah.
like they're really good at it.
Huh.
I don't know.
So
Anyways.
what did we watch this week? I didn't even watch it with you, but
I know, but we both watched it.
Mario.
Mario,
Hell
the
yes.
Super Mario Bros.
And you know, it was super
It was super.
Mario, bro.
So what was the
Official rating?
no? What was the verdict you said on that one? You said something about you thought I was gonna lose respect for Mario, and I said I don't think so.
And
I
you
didn't
said,
lose.
and
No,
you said
I didn't lose no respect for Mario.
and you said I was gonna lose respect for Luigi, but I ain't lose none, bro. He's exactly who I knew he would be.
Yeah. He's
And he came through in the end.
yeah, he did.
So, you know,
Yeah. The official rating out of like 5 stars or
yeah,
out of 10?
out of 5,
Out of 5?
I would give it honestly I'd give it a 4, a solid
4?
4, maybe 4.2.
Really, 4.2? I saw someone at lowest. I'm gonna give it a 4.8, just because like I don't know. I didn't have like any reason to dislike it.
And you know, I could give it more, but this is my movie critic side. I mean, just I it's really hard for me to give something a 5-star, even like my
Yeah.
favorite movies. But I mean, you gotta take in so many things into account. Just the fact, like, the creativity that had to go on to make this, because you're making a movie in general, right?
Mhm.
Then you have to make a good storyline.
Yeah.
Then you got to be able to throw in as many Easter eggs basically as you can without just looking like you threw it in there. You know what I mean? Like, it made sense.
Making it what's the word? I don't
Fit,
know.
flow.
Making it flow. Yeah.
Because I mean, there's so many things that they could literally could have like just thrown in there and be like, oh yeah, and everybody would have went crazy, but they've been like, man, it made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I mean, they threw in like every character they possibly could. They weren't main characters, but they're in there for, I would say, a good amount of time. They threw in every score that they could, every sound score from the original games,
which I appreciated.
They threw in original voice actors.
Yep.
They didn't, and this is one thing that I think a lot about Hollywood and a lot of just normal people are appreciating.
Just normal people.
Yeah, anyone. Is that the fact that it didn't have like an agenda? Because there's so many movies, man. It's just about, they always trying to throw in this character or a feminine role or excuse me, or like anything political, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go into any details about any of those things because I don't want any backlash. Right?
Not important.
Yeah, but they didn't. I mean, if you watch the trailer, you could have been like, they may be trying to push real hard on just feminine, I guess.
Yeah, with them swapping out Peach for Luigi.
Yeah, and even in the trailers, it looked like it could have been, but you weren't sure.
Yeah.
But dude, in the movie, they made everything make sense and fit perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was like Mario, like you said this. Mario still had his like significant role. Peach had she had a big play.
Yeah.
And she did have women empowerment.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
Did it not? Because she's a princess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to spoil the movie, but there's a point when she needed to protect her kingdom, right?
Yep. And she leaves
and
Mario.
she can't be worrying about Mario
and Bowser, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, Mario has to sit on his own, and she goes back, and she takes care of her kingdom in a strong way.
Yeah.
Like, she's still the
as
strong,
a leader,
independent, leading woman without making Mario look bad. Or
without an agenda.
Yeah, without making Mario, like, not the hero also.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, they just
without making it not Mario's movie.
Yeah, without taking away from Mario.
Yeah, so, no, they made it just a nice, wholesome movie. It wasn't like one of those animated movies that also has cuss words and stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was just really genuinely was for the whole family.
The whole family, yeah.
I mean, kids are going to love it because they love Mario, but adults are going to love it because they grew
up
on Mario.
I know, I'm trying to get my mom to watch it.
Like my generation, but then the generations before us, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, it was great. I mean, I like that it's family friendly, but at the same time, I went to a family friendly theater, so there's just too many people.
Too many kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like...
But it didn't, like, ruin it, really, for me, so...
I mean, we've gone through, like, the Switch, the Wii, the GameCube, but, like, your older brothers had a 64.
Yeah.
And then, like, whatever was before that, like, the Super Nintendo, like, every single game console Nintendo's made had a Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so...
Yeah. Also, I will say this, without spoiling anything, there are 2 after-credit scenes, for those who haven't watched it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, they both really aren't, like, just super important, but, it doesn't hurt to watch it.
Yeah, the first one's for a good laugh, and the second one's supposed to, like,
that's normally how it is.
Do the upcoming thing, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It's kind of random. It's just like, oh, hey, guess what? This.
Yeah. So, but overall, yeah, we're gonna give it an average of 4.5.
Yeah, I guess if you want to average it out, 4.5
between the Gonzalez and Galyean crew here. We don't care about Carol and Buffy.
Yeah, Carol and Buffy are haters though.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ones hating on Chris Pratt being casted. That's one of all the critiquing we were saying that we were hearing. It was from Carol and Buffy.
Yeah, I mean, it was not us. Please, we were real.
Carol was like, Chris Pratt, what?
Speaking of real, on to. Yeah, speaking of being real, NF real music. Mm-hmm. That's what for my music today is gonna be the NF Hope album, and guys, you're gonna hear. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah. You're gonna hear the good and the bad, the both sides, because I'm very, very biased, obviously, because I just that's my favorite artist, NF. Steven can appreciate his music, but also it's not his number one vibe.
Yeah, that's true.
Steven didn't like the depressing music because he has a happy life. I have a dramatic, terrible, depressing life, other than my wife. And so I enjoy his music. Anyways, so without further ado, let's dive in.
Dive in.
We gotta dive in, but
I'm diving in.
So as far as rating, what would you rate it out of 5?
I don't know. I need to know how many songs are on it. 13?
Yeah.
I said I kept 6 of them, so that's like That's like straight up half, like 2.5, I guess.
Okay, 2.5 is a pretty low number.
So yeah, when you say it like that, it's like, but also like the songs that I did like, I liked, you know.
Yeah.
Like the song you were singing earlier, you said was Happy.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you like start doing that tune, like I already know it, like in my head.
Real catchy.
Yeah, and like Motto, like I'll still like when new people pop up on my YouTube, like Motto reaction, like I'll watch their reaction to that song. Yeah, I like that song.
It's a good song. Me, you know, I'm like a 3.7 to 4. I enjoyed it a lot. I feel like a lot of people, you know, didn't like love it, and then there's some fans that just like, this is your best album yet. I'm not gonna say
they
that.
being fake.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. I don't think it was terrible, but I know that Nate was having some writer's block, I guess, with all of it. Plus, he just had a kid. Like, you know, a lot of different things happened in his life, so it made it harder to write this album. You can tell because all of his other albums are like 15, 16 tracks, and this was only like 13. For me, I enjoyed every song. Again, because I'm just a fan. I love his music, and I really did like it. And I'm not gonna say it's his worst album. I wouldn't say, but I guess I don't really have like a worst album out of his. But it's not my favorite. But I do not hate it. There's definitely some songs though that I just love. And there's songs that are like, you know, not terrible. I'll listen to them. But yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's gonna be that way though. I mean, like the same thing. Like when Andy drops an album, I feel like we have the same thing.
It's
like,
literally reversed. You're like,
I have like the biased like opinion.
Yeah, and I'm like you know, this song's good. This song's good.
Yeah, like Neverland 2, there's no skips on that album. Like some people might say there are, but there's no skips on that album.
But yeah, honestly, like, I think I was talking to my sister about it, Elena. She was like, I didn't realize like NF's like really like he's like really really good at singing. I'm like, yeah, he is. And she's like, I really enjoy it. For me, I think I like his singing songs almost more than his rapping. I love his rapping, and he's a great rapper with bars and everything. But I enjoy his singing voice. I like singing. I'm terrible at singing, but I like it. So, but yeah, my top tracks, man. My top track is Careful, no doubt. Featuring Corday.
Yeah, however you say that.
Yeah.
It was good. I like that one.
It's just a great song. And then I'm not putting Motto or Hope in there just because they came out earlier. They're great, but I would probably be Happy and Running after that. Happy. Yeah, then Running. Mistake's really fun for me to sing to, but and then
Yeah. Well, I mean, I liked the other one that you didn't like, which I can't think of.
Let Him Pray.
Let Him Pray. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like, it was like him like addressing his haters, like praying on my downfall. I let him pray.
But like, it just reminded me too much of This Is All I Do.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people like that song. I didn't really like it.
You know, like, this is all I do.
I didn't like care for it. This is all I do.
Oh yeah, okay, that's not what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that one that much either.
Yeah. So
I like All I Have. All I have.
Oh, that's a great song. I like though on Let Him Pray when he's like, "You're praying on my downfall. Go ahead and pray to God. He ain't gonna listen to you."
Yeah.
Jesse heard that part. She's like, "What? He's telling people that God's not gonna listen to them?" Like, because they're praying on his downfall.
Yeah.
God with him, bro.
God ain't about that downfall.
No. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. He's a great artist. He's really good with lyrics, and
yeah.
I hope he
Well,
continues.
he even said something in his song that he didn't know if he was gonna make any more. He said something about that, right? In one of them.
Well, he said that y'all thought I wasn't gonna make any more songs or whatever. He basically cleared up the air because there's a time when he was like tweeting saying that he wasn't sure if this might be his last thing, and wasn't sure because he was having so much trouble writing this album, and but then I guess he wrote and pretty much like denounced that idea. So I think he'll still have some more stuff.
I mean, I can say, I don't know if I told you that the other day. I mean, I can tell you, it brought me to tears. The song about his mom.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate those type of songs.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
good. It's a good song and it's well written, and that's the reason I cried. I mean, I deleted it after that. I'm like, I'm not listening to this again.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really good song.
And honestly, yeah, it's not my least favorite song. It's my least listened to song because of that reason. Same with what's it called? How Could You Leave Us?
Yeah. Same thing.
That song
I deleted that song too.
They're both so sad, but they're both so sad in different ways, you know? And it's just like sad because he's like, you know, Like, did you ever make it up to heaven? Blah blah.
Yeah.
And if you did, this. Like, dang, that has to like suck,
Yeah, when he like made that was the first verse.
Yeah,
He started
yeah.
talking about that. I was really wondering if the second verse he's gonna put a different spin on it. Like, what if you went to hell? Like, do it from
Oh, yeah.
that perspective. But he didn't, and I'm glad because that would have
Yeah, I don't think he did just because I knew that because his other song, How Could You Leave Us, did so well, but he felt so bad for it doing so well because it's such a negative
been. Yeah.
perspective on his mom. But he does have happier thoughts and memories of his mom, so he wanted to make sure that he had a happier perspective song out there. So, but yeah, that was like kind of a part of the hope idea, the album being hope. It's supposed to be a little bit more hopeful on different things and stuff. So,
Yeah, I mean it's the same way for what's the one on the Arrow about his dad.
yeah,
I don't listen to that one much either. Like I've listened to that one like a few. Like I can listen to it, but I don't really like to.
yeah, same.
I'm just like, dude. Like it's 'cause it's not really relatable to me.
Yeah,
And it's just sad thing that his dad didn't go to his wedding, stuff like that. I'm like, man,
yeah,
I'm glad like he got to like get it out and everything, but like,
yeah. I don't know. I feel like it'd be hard to write songs like that close to home and stuff like that. Like, I mean, obviously we've written songs about Judd,
yeah,
like our friend that we lost, but and that I mean, obviously very close, but like writing songs about someone that you know and that still is sometimes if they're still alive or not, but writing about them in a negative way would have to be hard because then there's gonna be people like, why would you ever write about them like this? Well, you should never do that. It's just disgraceful. Like, well, man, they shouldn't have treated me like that. But
or if like the press finds out who like Andy's dad is and they go video like, hey, what do you think about Andy's song about him bashing you and stuff? Like he ought to be out. Well, he was right.
Yeah.
I didn't show up to his football games. I didn't go to his wedding and all that.
Yeah.
But they could use it and be like, yeah, man, he hates me.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not turning on him.
Yeah, it can go either way. So, I don't know. You gotta be careful with it all. But, anyways, so that's my take.
Yeah. All right. That was my take. I mean, I didn't have a big take, but that's it.
Yeah. All right. On to
Reflect.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, heck.
What did we say this time?
I don't know. I feel like I said some crap.
I feel like we did.
We said something towards the beginning. Well, I guess we can deflect on all the dead air towards the beginning. We didn't have Jay here to support
Yeah,
us right
man.
off
We
the
reflected
bat.
the deflect that Jay wasn't around today. We can only afford
Yeah.
the price to pay Jay, like, once every 2 years.
Also, I feel like after we have a guest, like we always start off talking about how we had the guest and like talk about how good they did and everything. We didn't do that for Jay. Jay did a good job. It was a good time.
I will honestly say this about Jay's episode: is it has to be the most entertaining guest episode we've had.
Really, that one or Kevin?
Kevin was interesting, no doubt. He has some great stories, but Jay,
Just
He's
as,
all-
a,
he's
as
all
a
over the
person,
place.
as a
Yeah.
person, he's more interesting.
He's just
his charisma.
yes, it's charisma. So honestly, even after that, we almost had just as much fun when we were done, just talking in the room
Yeah.
with Jesse and Caitlin and Jay.
Yeah, it was a lot of
After,
fun.
so they're fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
Caitlin's honestly really funny too. It would have been
Yeah.
funny to have Caitlin in here with Jay and just like just seeing her reaction and her like telling him not to say something and stuff.
Yeah, we should have had Jay like record her reaction to him spoiling her thing, because like he's like, oh, I shouldn't have
She
said
might not
this.
even know yet.
Yeah, I could ask him. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, when she played the episode, we should like record her. She's like, Jay, probably beat him up.
I think it'd be funny if we did like a podcast where we're just like literally through like two random people in our chairs and we were not even in the video and we just like told them like, this is what you're gonna do and we'll give you a flag if you need to move your next segment and just like let them do it and just like see how it
That would be
goes.
funny. It would also be really funny to get two different people that like, don't even like know each other that well. You know what I mean?
And then what I just said.
No, not like to co-host, like with us. too.
Oh, so we have like two guests.
Yeah, like but
But
like
the two
they're
guests-
not. Yeah, they're not really like.
So we're
package.
asking them questions that relate to them,
Yeah.
but they have to answer the same question.
Yeah, but like, and then this person doesn't even know this person that well. You know.
Yeah.
That'd
But
be
oh,
fun.
you're about to get married. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't
Like, what's your best marriage advice? And this guy's like, I don't know.
know. Stay single, bro.
Yeah, stay single. I don't know. So, yeah, we'll, that's what we reflect on, though, bro.
Yeah. That's what we reflect and deflect on, I guess.
We never claim to be entertainers. We just try to be entertainers. So.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. On to.
Heck nah.
On to our Heck Nah segment. This is a segment where we try to remember things that we wanted to say Heck Nah to, but we never can.
All right. This is one.
Ooh.
When you're approaching Kelly's corner and there's a red flashing light, do you just keep going?
Heck nah.
Right.
Right. And when you go on 69 to the yellow light, do you just stop?
Heck nah.
Heck nah.
Unless you're stopping because you're going to turn left and you have to yield for the oncoming traffic, obviously.
Also, do you name your kids after inanimate objects?
Heck nah.
Or occupations.
Heck nah.
Or any mystical creature.
Heck nah.
What you wait?
Or any form of nature, like river.
Heck nah.
Oh, hey now, I could be saying that.
Actually, I was just thinking, as I said it, I know a river.
I got a little adopted nephew named River. Can't say that. Kelly and Christina's?
He's not adopted.
No, he's not adopted. He's like my adopted nephew. Like I'm Uncle Steve-O to him.
But you're not like physically adopted.
No, that's what it's called. Like a little adopted
I
nephew.
thought there's like god parent or something.
Well,
You're
no,
like a
they
god.
didn't-
You're
they
like a
didn't ask-
god uncle.
They didn't ask me to be a god uncle.
I don't know. That's
Just
what
like a
it
little
was.
adopted.
I honestly, I will make the exception for like a river, but you know, like people are like, man, I had to make the exception for forest too. But like, there's people named Forest, and you know.
Yeah, there are. Like some of them work. Some of them work.
There's an artist called Wilder Woods, right?
Yeah.
One of his sons' name is Wilder, and his other son's name is Wood.
What the heck?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah.
That's dumb. Who names their kid Wood?
Hey, Wood.
Pause.
Wood, would you come here?
That sounds like something like a 14.
How much wood would a woodchuck?
How much
how
wood
much
would a
wood would
woodchuck
a-
chuck if a
much-
woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a wood? Yeah, chuck if a wood could chuck
No,
wood.
you're wrong. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
But
Say it again.
But it's not a woodchuck. It's still his name's just Wood. How much wood would woodchuck wood if? Yeah, I said how much wood would woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood?
I don't know.
No, not if woodchuck, but if wood
So you're gonna
could
name your
chuck
kid.
wood.
You're gonna name your kid Wood, and then his second name is Chuck. His middle name.
Yeah,
Woodchuck.
woodchuck Gonzalez.
All right. You have to announce that to Jesse when we go in there. That your
Yeah,
son-
but also like if I don't name my son Speedy, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Well, you just call him Speedy. Just like a nickname.
For woodchuck?
Hmm?
For woodchuck?
No, just like
For
like a swope, like a swope
Oh.
nickname.
What name like? I can name him Speedtacular, and we just call him Speedy.
No,
We name him Spud. Spud.
Spud.
And
That sounds
Speedy.
like a swope nickname. Spud swope. There's
Spud-
got to be a Spud
Spud's
swope.
another form of nature. A potato.
It's a potato.
Potato's Spud.
Potato.
I think it's a voice
Die
crack, dude.
potato.
Not today. Those are some good videos.
Those are some dang good videos.
Guys, if last week's video is not up yet, we apologize. We're actually currently working on it right as we speak.
Yeah. I don't know. It hit me.
Probably has
this
30
morning
minutes
listening.
left.
Probably.
So, but anyways, I guess we can end it.
We can end it.
Okay. Steven gave me the go ahead. So, guys, what you've learned today is, be careful when you're driving. Don't name your kids weird names,
Mhm.
and most importantly,
Go see Mario,
be real
and then we'll go see Mario
and listen in up. But
after you go see Mario.
we're on the way, and on the way back home.
Okay, yeah, you can listen to it on the way because on the way back you're gonna want to listen to the Mario soundtrack.
He's not wrong. So, anyway,
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, start over. Dun 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 dun.
we're gonna get
All
copyright for that. Anyways, without further ado, Gonzalez
Galyean.
out.